Because I don't really have an attraction to other people. And I've known this majority of my life that I'm not attracted to other people. I'm not attracted to anyone. But there's a rare occasion where I find an attraction to someone, and it's usually through conversation. Like if we conversate and I haven't even met you, I could like you. But that's usually it. It has to be us talking. But it just like seeing someone visually, I don't find an attraction to them.
Okay. All right. And that's been true your entire life?
Yeah, yeah, that's how it's been majority of my life. And
Okay.
I didn't know that I was asexual. I just figured it out because I was trying to, figure out, what the heck is going on. Because I was thinking like I should be, you know, finding multiple men attractive, and I don't until I speak to them. Once I speak to them and I get to know them, then I can find an attraction to them. But just right, just from looks alone, I can't. I'm not attracted to them,
Okay.
and it sucks because I'm 34 and I need to be more attracted to them because I do want to have a child. But it kind of sucks because I'm not attracted to people until I talk to them and I get to know them. And
Well,
in
that's not
today's world,
you're not in a very unique situation. Here's what you just said. You said I don't I can be attracted to somebody, but I got to know them first.
yeah,
Yeah, that's everybody.
really,
Yes. People are
oh,
physically attracted first. That's what gets you the interview. But if I'm physically attracted to you and then I engage you and I don't like you, I'm not attracted to you anymore. You
oh,
actually have an advantage because you don't have to rely upon physical attraction. Like for me, there may be a woman who I'm not physically attracted to who probably has a great personality. And guess what? Womp womp, it still ain't gonna work. But you don't have to have that problem. You could be attracted to anybody as long as their personality is a fit. That gives you more options.
yeah, but it hasn't because I don't have many conversations with people, and it's like I
Well,
don't find many people attractive, which is
you
weird.
can't say I don't find people attractive if you don't have conversations with people. If you get attracted by
Okay,
having conversations with people, then you need to have conversations. The equivalent would be me blinding myself and walking around with my eyelids closed. That's the equivalent. I'm turning off the thing that actually makes me attracted to the person. That's
okay,
you
now,
if you don't talk to people. So if you know you become attracted to people when you talk to them, and there has to be some sort of psychological connection, then you should double down on that and talk to a lot of people.
yeah. Where do I find people though? Because I usually just go to work and home. I
Okay.
think that's what my problem is.
Gotcha. Yeah, just go to static environments, right? So like environments where you see the same people over and over again, and just connect that to whatever you're interested in. So if it's like if you're into fitness, or run club will be a perfect environment for that. Somebody says speed dating, that'll be perfect for you as well, right? I don't even recommend stuff like speed dating, but it's like with you and your wiring, your temperament, that would be a great fit because it's just conversation, right? So yeah, you actually have a major advantage here.
Yeah, I have tried the speed dating and I have tried online dating.
Hmm.
What I do run into a lot though is men asking me for, intercourse, like right off the bat, and that is like that. We're not even conversating at that point.
Yeah.
You're asking for what every other man in my inbox is asking
Right,
for.
right. That's part of the
So
game though,
they never.
love. Like that's what you're going to run into that. Like that's a feature, not a bug. Especially when you talk about dating apps. Those are mostly meat markets.
Yeah, I rarely meet men who want to actually have a conversation. It's like for me personally, like I'm. It's rare. Like they right off the bat, they just want to get me into bed. Like that's what the goal is. Even
Right.
when I meet men in person on the street, when I meet men at work, they're right off the bat talking about sexual things, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't even know you, so now I'm uncomfortable because
Hmm.
you're doing what most men do, and they look at me as an object to, get themselves off.
Right.
And so, how do we get past that since that's what you started with? And I don't like like that. It turns me off. When a man comes up to me and he approaches me about that, which majority of them do,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm stuck in this boat where I'm just like, where's the guy who wants to like be nerdy or something? Because I'm a nerd.
Okay, well then go to the places where the nerds are.
Oh, you're talking about the library,
Library,
right? Or
you
the
can go
CinemaCon.
to Comic Con, like just wherever the
Yeah,
nerds are. Go to those places and nerd out.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I do need to put some money into that. I mean, I just bought me a costume too. So I'm so weird.
That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Not the beauty of like the internet and all these different spaces that we're creating is like there's it's easy to find a person or people who are on the same type of time that you're on, right? So again, you have a major advantage. I'm low key jealous of you, right? Use
Oh,
that and go out, talk to people, and find someone that you connect with.
okay. I just want to say, please, can y'all men stop approaching women sexually? Please, because it's like I can't
What
even
do you
move
think
past that.
you're accomplishing by sharing that right now? You think all
Nothing.
men
Like
are
they're
paying
always
attention to
wondering,
this
like,
live and they're like, well, she said it. Let's not let's not do it.
there's a bunch of women in here probably drooling over you. I highly
Huh?
doubt there's men in here.
No, there's men in here. There's they're not in the chat, but like they're watching. But I mean that's how the majority, or I won't even say the majority, but a lot of men have always been. It's not, you're not going to stop it. You might as well just embrace it and then just disqualify them. Like the moment that happens to you, the moment you see someone is lusting after you, just disqualify them and move on. Just know this is not a good fit for me. Move on. Now, that does not mean that because I'm bringing this up specifically, and it's not because you're mentioning it, but I talked to another woman who basically said something similar, and the frame that she was coming from was like she never wanted a man to engage her in that way, and I'm like, well, they do want to sleep with you, right? Like that's part of the social contract of like romance is eventually we do this. So you can't come from a place where it's like the moment you bring this up, I'm turned off. You know what I mean? If we're talking about the first conversation, I'm with you. If we're talking about someone randomly like sending you an inappropriate picture or you know y'all have never eased into the conversation, they just kind of like blurted something out like that, I'm with you. But you also have to understand that if you're going to engage people romantically over a long enough time horizon, eventually they're going to engage you in that way. Okay?
I think something's wrong with me. I'm sorry. I really do. And it makes me want to cry because I'm just like, I
Why
want
do
to
you
have
think
a
something's wrong with you?
relationship. Because I want to have a relationship, friendship with a man. But then when sex is brought, it's like, I want to have sex with him also, but I really value
Okay.
the connection of a friendship more than the sexual relationship.
Okay. Okay.
And majority of people don't work like that.
So let's talk about it. So I felt that I should have brought that up. So it's like if someone does, when would you be comfortable having those type of conversations?
I don't know because I've done this before.
Really? Okay.
I've done this before, and we, the guy that I was in love with, I actually never even slept with him, and we were basically in a relationship for 3.5 years, and we never slept with each other. And I want something like that, but I don't want to wait 3.5 years to
Why
sleep with somebody.
why did y'all wait 3.5 years? Like why did it take so long?
Because I met him when I was 16.
Okay.
And so I was very young and we were friends over the years. And then it was like, we didn't know how to like move our relationship forward. And I was so in love with him and he was in love with me. And then it ended up not even going in the route that we both wanted it to go. So,
Okay. Yeah, that kind of doesn't count because it was so y'all were so young, right? Do you have any
yeah.
equivalent like adult relationships like that?
No, I would love to have an adult relationship that
Okay.
not like that. But I mean, we wait at least like a little bit, maybe like a month and let the tension build up. And,
Yeah, that's
because
reasonable.
when you get to,
That's not
you
unreasonable.
know, when you get to, when you get to know somebody, like the feelings in your body get to flowing. But if you
Right.
just jump into it, you don't feel nothing. At
Right.
least for a woman,
Okay.
I don't feel
I'm with
anything.
you. That's not unreasonable. A month is not unreasonable at all. You can find that. Do this approach. I'm telling you. Like this approach that I'm telling you about, like putting yourself in like a static environment, you get that slow burn vibe because you're building familiarity with the person because you're seeing them frequently. So that tension that you spoke of, you're building that. Okay? You've been doing it in mostly um, high chemistry, high novelty, high dopamine environments like a dating app. People there want to move fast. Okay? So what you want wasn't a fit for the environment that you were in. You put yourself in these environments, you download apps like Meetup, you join different Facebook groups where there's maybe in-person meetups around nerdy activities, nerdy conversations, and you start putting yourself in those environments and attending those meetings, you'll start formulating those friendships. And yeah, go there with the intention of making friends. I always say that dating problems are really, they're downstream from social problems. And the problem is a lot of people treat dating problems as if they're dating problems when they're really social problems. You should treat it as a social problem, meaning go out there, make friends, put yourself in these environments, make platonic relationships with people.
That's what I want. And
Yeah,
I mean,
do it that
only
way.
on TikTok, I've had this weird conversation with men where they said they don't even want to be in a woman's presence if they're not sleeping with her.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
what?
going to be the digital, like these digital spaces, because we're not in person with people. They're going to wear a mask. It's going to be most of digital interaction is a persona. There's people who come on these lives and they troll. You think they would troll me in
Yeah.
person? No, they would get punched in the face, right? And they know
Yeah.
that, so they wouldn't do that in person. But because it's their space, they'll do it. You know what I mean? You can't like this isn't a good representation of who people are,
Hmm.
right? So you got to be in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So put
Yeah.
yourself in the room, and then this will help like solve that problem for you. Like there's no need to like get down on yourself about it or think that there's an issue with yourself, right? It doesn't you this doesn't seem to be an issue. Like I said, this seems to be a a advantage, honestly. You just haven't approached it in a way that really leverages this strength. You've done it in a way where it goes against how you're wired. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so give that a try and come back.
Yeah. I will. Thank you. I
All right,
appreciate
Blue.
it.
No problem, love. You take care.
You too. Bye.
Best of luck to her. She seems sweet. PJ, what's going on?
Oh, um, remember I was on last night and I was asking you a question. My husband been gone about a year. Was it too early to start dating?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. I apologize. I had to go charge my phone.
Okay. You're fine. So we never finished the conversation?
No, we didn't.
Okay. All right. So your husband passed, right?
Right.
Okay.
We
And
was
then
married for we was married for 25 years.
okay. And you said that is waiting and that happened a year ago.
Yeah,
Right.
a year ago.
Okay. And you're saying that is it too early to date? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Um it depends on you, love. Like it is kind of fast, but if you've processed the grief, only you can really answer that question. People grieve differently and grief operates on different timelines,
Oh, okay.
right? So if you have a
Well, I
desire,
really,
go ahead.
yeah, I want to, I really want like a friend, like a friendship. Because, after you be married so long, you begin to get lonely.
Yeah.
But, I pray a lot. I pray a lot. I
Okay.
know God is with me. And you just get lonely
Sure.
because you're used to having a companion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just right at this moment, not just looking for a whole relationship. Maybe like friendship.
Okay.
Start out with like friendship.
What does your social life look like?
Oh, I'm not dating anyone.
Just in general, not even like romantically. Just what does your social life in
Um,
general look like?
my social life is work, work, and I go to church
Okay.
and socialize with friends.
Okay. So you do have friends. Y'all go out, spend time together.
So, yeah, not to clubs. I don't do clubs
Yeah.
anymore. I'm 58 years old. I'm too
I
old for
imagine
clubs.
you're not even talking like somebody who would go to a club. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I did that,
Okay.
back in the day,
All
early
right.
in life.
You was out there popping
Not
bottles.
anymore.
Okay. Getting free
Yeah,
drinks. All right.
yeah.
I see you.
Not anymore.
Okay.
But most of the time I'm in church.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, but just friendship, not just the whole date. Because now I tried the dating app and it's crazy out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend dating apps. It's similar to the previous caller, right? Like I told her to treat it like a social problem. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So put yourself in environments where you have to see the same people over and over again. You're already doing that in church. Now you don't have to date in the church, but maybe there's
Yeah.
activities that the church throws, right? Maybe there's different volunteer efforts that happens maybe quarterly or something like that. Just start treating it like a social problem. Start meeting new people, start connecting with men, even platonically, right? It doesn't have to be romantically at first. Sometimes the platonic connection can lead up to a romantic connection also, right? So you just have to just start moving in that direction, taking steps in that direction. Right now you're not taking steps in that direction, right? So
No, because most of the time now I'm still working because gotta live and take care of myself.
right, right.
So most of the time I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse.
Okay.
I'm a nurse, so we work a lot. So,
All right.
and then sometimes I just be tired. Like they be like, "You going out?" And I'm like, "No, it's my day off. I'm staying at home."
Well, listen, it doesn't have to be like every day or anything like that. Just whatever cadence you can realistically stick to.
Okay.
If that's once a month, then once a month.
Okay.
Okay? So try that. But like your main thing is you have to start moving in that direction. You're not moving in that direction. So start moving in that direction and then we can iterate from there and optimize from there, right? But there's nothing to optimize right now because you're not doing anything.
Right.
All right?
Okay. So it's not too early.
No. Doesn't seem like it.
I'm with the grief. I have, you still have your moments
Mhm.
because you was with someone so long, and you still have your moments.
Right.
My husband, he got sick, and I had to also take care of him.
Yeah.
So you have your moments.
Yeah.
But thank you.
No problem, love.
It helps me a lot.
Definitely come back and give me an update on how it goes, all right?
All right.
All right, love. You take care.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What can I do for you?
My question was really pertaining to me. I realized it said dating and relationship questions.
Uh-huh.
And I guess it's kind of like within yourself. I'm at a weird stage where I'm not necessarily sexually attracted to people anymore. More so like I think I guess it's like a stage where I'm like finding within myself. So I'm self-dating, stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't want to waste anybody's time. But at the same time, I have to be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
I still sometimes text like this one person, and he's not in my state, but I still text like this one person here and there. But we both are at a stage where we already mutually agreed that we're not dating or anything like that. We just text here and there.
Right.
But I'm just more at a stage where I think I should just cut everyone off to really, how do I explain? To really understand what's really going on with me. In a
Okay.
way.
So what kind of shift
guess-
have you noticed?
I don't look at people the same.
Okay. What's changed?
When I was younger, I'm still young, but I'm saying when I was younger, I think when you look at a person first, I would look at their face in a way I'd be attracted to them. Now I kind of like be attracted to what they be saying more, stuff of that matter. And so I guess maturity in a way.
Okay.
But also, it's just like you really have to be, yeah, I guess good conversation and stuff like that. But what other people were saying up here, like if they go to work or home, and in this moment I just be going like to work or home, and sometimes I go out, maybe take nature walks and stuff for that matter. But
Right.
either way, I'm just saying, is that normal? Like, am I at a pace right now where I'm really just like finding myself in a way?
How old are
I
you?
don't know if that makes sense. Like,
How old are you?
oh dang, I wasn't even reading the comments. Oh, I'm 25.
25. Okay. Okay. And this shift has happened like recently,
That has been like last year.
last year. Did anything happen around that time? Like, was there like a relationship somebody you were dealing with?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it was.
And what happened with that?
It just kind of it didn't end well,
Okay.
but not like anything bad to me. Just I think both of our personalities were not good dating wise. It was more friend wise.
Okay. Yeah, so like you kind of framed
Let
this
me
as
start reading the comments. I'm sorry.
don't
Sorry to
don't
cut
read
you off.
don't read the comments. That's
Oh,
a
don't read
big
it? Oh.
mistake. Big mistake. Don't do that.
Okay, let me.
Don't ever do
let me
that.
go back to
You're
not
definitely new here. Don't ever do that. Okay. So like when you came up, you were framing this like it was a bad thing. It sounds like a good thing, does it not?
I mean, I guess. So I have all women perspectives. So I be wanting a man perspective in a way. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I thought it was a bad thing in a way. I mean, not. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
just
curious to know why you thought it was a bad thing because you basically said, okay, before I was just going off of physical attraction, and that probably led to you having some bad connections that did not end well. And now you're saying that you value more of a psychological connection. Like you said, you're paying attention to the kind of conversations y'all are having, things of that nature, right?
yeah.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not a bad thing at all. Like a lot of people end up in bad situations because they just over-index on physical attraction,
Yeah, that's true.
right? If you listen to the conversations they have, you can tell they're boring each other, right? But it's
Right.
like they like how each other looks. So the relationship is doomed to fail. So you kind of matured in a way. I don't know why you matured. That's still to be determined, but I don't think it really matters. Like you're in a better spot. But this doesn't, there's nothing to like figure out here. Like, why is this happening? Like, no, what's the comment people leave on TikTok now? Like, steak too juicy, ass too fat type of problem. It's like, this is a good problem to have. You know what I mean?
I guess my question was like in this moment, I don't think I should be talking to anybody, right?
Okay.
Like, not even. Well, like I kind of made a decision in my mind, but I guess I want a reassurance. Like,
Okay. If you intuitively feel that way, like, that's fine. What's the rush? You want to like isolate yourself, especially if you had like a history of just hopping from person to person, to relationship, right? You never really had a season of solitude. Kind of get to know yourself in seasons of solitude, right? So like if you feel called to do that, then do it.
okay, yeah, I think I made that decision, but I guess I just wanted to. Yeah, I guess just hear another opinion.
Okay. Well, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then when you feel ready or called to connect with people again romantically, then do that. Nothing's stopping you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, love. You take care.
You as well, thank you.
She has a good voice. Cece, what's up?
Hey, I'm gonna do commercial, but that call made me think of when they used to say for women they come when you don't look. So it's like she gonna meet somebody.
She gonna meet
'Cause
somebody
she
when
minding
she.
her business.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes it happens that way, man. You ain't putting no pressure on it.
I always say that for the women's side. That's when it happens.
Mm.
But all right, y'all, we're gonna get a commercial in real quick, real early, because we're coming up on that first hour. So we gotta remember we gotta tap that screen, right? We gotta get the taps up. Also, we only have 4 reposted and shares right now. That's showing on my end. So if we can get, let's say, 30 people, y'all know the drill. Let's repost and share the live out so we can get more people to come in. We've already started off real good this time. We're recovering from the morning live. But you guys know the drill, okay? You come in here, you want to grab that daily heart me. That's that orange heart right up at the top as well. And then don't forget, like I said, we have that tap goal. We would like to tap to 115K. But before the first hour, let's try to get up to at least 40, 50K right now. So that means just if you can stop whatever you're doing and power tap, power tap, power tap. Common Cousins know when you come in here, y'all know the drill. Repost, share, get your tap on, get that daily heart beat. For those that are coming up in the panel, don't forget to go ahead and make sure that you are also following the host when you come up. You want his advice, you got to give a follow as well. And be prepared with your question. This is not a venting session, okay? If you need some emotional support, there's some numbers and things you can Google and get that support, okay? We have some people up in the panel. Don't forget, don't read the comments. We don't know what we're talking about. Common Cousins is tripping, okay? We're doing what we're doing. So thank you guys so much. We're at 23 shares. We just want a little bit more so we can get some more people in here. Let's go, chat. Thank you guys. Welcome in. Let's have a good rest of the show.
Appreciate you,
Thank
CC.
Coach.
All right, can we get the chat back, please? Alicia, what's going on?
So I am currently in a relationship, but I just feel like I'm alone in the relationship, I can say.
Okay.
I am a serial girlfriend. I have been jumping from relationship to relationship and trying to find myself while in these relationships. I wouldn't say unfortunately I'm a lover girl, but I do love, so that's why I just don't be outside like that. But I guess my question is, unfortunately, my partner at the time isn't really fulfilling all my needs at the moment, and I'm also kind of fearful of what would happen to me in my solitude. So I'm kind of stuck, and just need a little bit of advice.
Okay. So when you say you're fearful of what would happen to you in your solitude, what does that mean?
I would more so say I know it may come up a little weird, in the financial space of things, because I'm a creative person. I don't really do well with being in the matrix well. But in my family, my household, I was kind of raised in a way where we take care of the man, and I do all the wifely duties and all that good stuff, and traditional values of the man takes care of me. So my thing is, I'm honestly fearful of stepping out and having to be in that full masculine energy and battling my feminine energy as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's put a pin in that. So when you say he's not meeting all of your needs, what needs is he not meeting?
I would say a little bit more on the finances, also in the romantic realm of things. I'm always usually the one that plans things. He will probably take care of some things every now and then, but that's pretty much it. Like, I just feel like I have to kind of push him in a way. But then there will be moments, like sporadic moments, where he'll get a click and he's like, okay, you know what? Let me actually do something for you or something like that. But that's like after I say something, and then like weeks later, then he'll do something. So it's kind of like I'm training him to be my man, and I don't want that anymore.
Right. Okay. So your core problem is you are connecting with men out of need, not out of desire. Because you need them, you aren't given the luxury of even thinking about, are you compatible, right?
Right.
People don't have as many options as they think. Options meaning like people who you could really work with. So when you see people hopping from relationship out of relationship, they're not just magically finding perfect people to be with. They are finding people who are just as needy as they are, right? So that's the first thing. We got to stop that, right? Second thing, the fear that you have. It's a healthy fear. But the thing is, growth occurs on the other side of fear, right? So it sounds like the lesson that you have to learn in life right now is you have to integrate your masculine. It's good for women to be feminine. It's good for men to be masculine. But to grow psychologically, you have to integrate the other side, meaning that men have to integrate their feminine and women have to integrate their masculine, right? So for a masculine man, that would mean becoming more emotionally available, more emotionally intelligent, right? Being able to enjoy the moment, being more expressive, right? These are all feminine qualities that he can integrate, and that makes him more flexible to life. He's more adaptable. He's not just masculine, he can also exhibit feminine traits as well. For women, the opposite, right? If you're a naturally feminine woman, as most women are, you have to integrate the masculine traits, meaning you are capable, right? You never put yourself in a situation where you need financial provisioning from a man. You can have it if you want. It should be a choice.
Right.
It should be, I can put myself in this situation because I choose it, because I just desire that, but not because I need it. That's a very weak position, and it positions you to romantically attach to people who aren't great fits, but who could probably meet that need. And that's why you're in the current situation that you're in.
Right. Because initially I did start, of course, like having my own finances right. Didn't really need a guy. But, you know, the showering of the gifts and stuff in the beginning and saying that he's going to be this provider. Because I told him whenever I date someone, like I only date providers. I'm not asking for like a big old sugar daddy or anything, but I'm just looking for that manliness in someone because I know that I can contribute far more in my womanhood. So I was financially stable, of course. I'm not saying I'm not right now, but my expectations for him has not been met yet. So so I guess that is pretty true. I think I just need to take a step back and like you said to the other girl, just live in my solitude and see what comes my way. Because I'm always just like, I always give people the benefit of the doubt because I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. So I know I don't want to put too much pressure on him to get his money up and so forth or to be romantic because I know it's a lot with people right now. But then I feel like it's sabotaging me. But
Right.
you made it very clear. So just take a step back, focus more on me, and I'll see what happens.
That's it. Fear is a good thing, right? I don't know if you've ever seen like the way I think about it is there's a version of you. It's like this higher self, if you will, right?
Right.
That's just waiting to be manifested. And the way that you manifest that higher version of you is you follow where fear is pointing. And you do that thing. It's almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with Harry Potter. Like when Voldemort had like the Horcruxes, he put aspects of himself in those items.
Right.
Every time you do something you're afraid of doing, you release more of yourself, like the Horcruxes. It's like there's Horcruxes of you that are in the thing you're afraid of doing. And when you do that, you release more of that higher version of yourself that's waiting to be manifested.
Okay.
So fear is a gift in that way.
Awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and try to tap into my higher self.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem, love. You take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. User not, did I just mute you? My bad, love. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Ray, how are you?
Good. So basically, I'm just here for an update. Um, so we're like the person that I was talking to exclusively made it official on his birthday weekend. So
Hmm.
that was good.
Nice.
I took him out for like his birthday yesterday, so that was fun. And then I hard launched him for the first time,
Hey.
which was like kind of not normal for myself because I haven't like done that in like years. Even like in my past relationship, I would never post even his hand. So basically, like my question is like I'm still like working on making sure like I don't just like get up and leave whenever there's like conflict. And he expressed that he understands like where I'm coming from because I did basically like explain like my past like situations and like relationships and stuff. So that's good. And I'm still working on that. And then like my past relationships like saw the hard launch and I don't know, they just got mad, so I had to I had to block them. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, good.
Yeah.
So everything's going good so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty good. I had so much fun with him last night. So, and then today he like actually like when we came over to my house, like he helped me clean my house actually because I was very overwhelmed with the kids.
Okay.
But
All right.
he helped me. I was like, I'm so sorry. It's like so messy. But yeah, that was that. So I appreciate your like advice because it did help a lot.
Perfect. Yeah. Definitely keep me posted on how everything unfolds over time.
Thank you.
No
Have a good
problem,
night.
love. You take care. See, we got a positive story. We got a win. We don't come across those often, but we got one. All right, who's next?
Hi, I'm happy for her win.
Okay.
I was here recently, and I'm not trying to stir up trouble or be a problem, but I've asked you, or I wanted to ask you this question after some reflection.
Uh-huh.
I've been listening to your past and previous like people who have commented, and I wanted to ask you: are there characteristics in a person that you look for as a dating coach that indicate that they are ready to date someone seriously? And I know that was kind of a theme that I kind of noticed for the past, not the user before, but the past
Mhm.
users before her. And that is something I wanted to ask before I even requested, so I didn't hear their stories before wanting to ask you, but it's something I'm trying to work on in myself. And so I'm just kind of curious, is there something you look for?
I mean, it's hard to say, right? So I don't think like, some people would say like, oh, do you need to be healed before you start dating again? And it's like that the question comes from a flawed premise because like you're never fully healed, right? So no, you don't have to wait till you're healed because you'll be waiting forever because you're never healed, right? I will say if what is like the heart posture towards
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're
Okay.
going to say something else.
you're good. Yeah, so it's like what is the heart posture towards like wanting a relationship? Do you want it just out of pure desire? Or is there like a void you're trying to feel?
And thank you for that question. For me, I think I struggle because I don't personally want a relationship because I haven't seen anything I want from a partner in a relationship, and I am very comfortable in my solitude for me personally. But I can also understand that can be a problem, right? Like,
Mhm.
so that's that's where I'm coming from. But I'm a very scientific person, and I've noticed the people that kind of come up are just kind of like, recently, I mean today specifically, am I ready for a relationship? So I just kind of wanted to ask that broad question of, as a dating coach, what do you look for? But for me personally, I don't want one, and I know that can be a problem. So
So when was your last one? How long ago was it?
honest truth is I've never been in a relationship.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you don't desire one, then there's nothing that tells you have to be in one, right? But yeah, like for me, it's like if you are someone who is asking that question because you're a serial monogamous, then you probably need to spend some time alone I
Okay,
kind
and
of think about
maybe
it from the perspective of like, where's your growth edge come from, right? So if there's somebody who's hopping from person to person to person, okay, you would grow psychologically if you spent time alone.
okay.
You're really trying to figure out what the fear is.
And I was going to say maybe I can challenge you as a dating coach. So I grew up as an obese, fairly unattractive person, and I kind of became a person that people do desire. And now it's just kind of like I've fulfilled all the things that I think I would need in someone else on my own.
Hmm.
So now I'm kind of like, what would I need from someone else? Why would I be in a relationship with someone if I can notice their flaws and notice that I'm not okay with living with those things? Why would I want to be in a relationship with someone?
Have you always been that way? Never desired a relationship?
No, no. When I was younger, I really wanted to be chosen. Um, it took some time, and I would honestly say, it took for me to look the way that I thought that I wanted to look, to be like, oh, now I just don't care. But when I was younger, um, no, I really wanted someone to pick me for the body that I was in. And so when that didn't happen, I was kind of like, okay, well, now I don't want any of you. I don't know how to put it into words, but I was
It
kind of like,
sounds
no.
like this is like your way of getting some sort of like, you're trying to create justice over the situation. You didn't want me
Mm,
before, so now that I have this new desirable body, my way of getting back at you is depriving you the way that I was deprived.
okay, and that would make me question, am I depriving them or myself? Because I would circle back to,
Yep,
why
both.
don't I want a relationship? Like, why don't I want that companionship that everyone else wants to have? I enjoy the fun parts. The fun parts to me. I struggle with anxiety. I enjoy the chase. I love when it feels hard. I love when it's difficult. I love that I can get over it quickly. Why don't I actually want like the real thing? That's I guess I would try to figure out myself, right?
Yeah, it's worth diving into, but it seems like I think what I just said was a big part of it. And your
I
question was, are you depriving other people or yourself? Mostly yourself, because those other people will just find someone else they're attracted to. But then you end up alone. And that judgment, that sense of justice just exists in your head. The other people are not affected by it. Like if you turn them down, they're like, okay. And then they go with Susie, and then Susie wants them. So they forget about you, right? So ultimately, you're the only person who's like paying the cost of that.
Okay. And yeah, I think that's all I had. I received what you said. I think like we talked about the first time. I am very self-aware,
Mhm.
but you've given me another eye of how to look at myself. So I appreciate that. That's kind of what I was here for, and just to have some conversation on a Monday night while I'm home by myself. So
No problem, love. I
thank you
appreciate
for
the question.
that. Have a great
Absolutely.
night, everybody.
You take
Thank
care.
you.
All right. Beasky, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Great, bro. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. I just got a quick question for you. I just got out of a relationship. Like, it's not just got out of it, but it's been about 9 months. And I just want to ask you, like, can you offer or, like, recommend, like, any advice as far as, like, healing from a breakup? Like, a really intimate, passionate, like, was my, like, fiance type
Mm,
of relationship. And I just, anything like as far as healing you could offer me.
right. Okay. I'm sorry that happened, bro. How long were y'all together?
Man, I'd say about a year and a half,
Year and a half. Okay. And it ended how long ago?
9 months ago.
9 months ago. Okay. Why did it end?
It ended because she said she didn't want to have kids, but I do want to have kids.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's good on you for standing on that. A lot of people would have just like sacrificed their need and abandoned themselves to save the relationship. So that's a good thing. The first thing I would tell you is like you have to process your emotions, right? Processing your emotions means that you have to feel them. The emphasis is on feeling. Think of emotions as being like physical sensations within your body. Like anger is probably in your chest and it's hot, right?
Right.
You have to feel the sensation of the emotion. A lot of people think processing an emotion means to think about it. That's not processing. That's avoidance, right? Trying to avoid the feeling by thinking about it. Just feel. You don't have to create any stories. You don't have to create any narratives. You can just feel what the emotion feels like. And as you do that, you'll have an experience where there's like a wave forming. Like a wave forms, it gets bigger and then it descends, right? That's how the emotion will feel. It will like intensify, then it will lessen. When you see that cycle complete, you've like done a rep of processing. You may have to process it more, but you just released some of that pent up emotion. Okay. Now, although you want to feel your emotions, you don't want to just waddle in them and be in your feels all day. I would say the second part of this is to transmute those emotions to progress. Transmute the pain into progress. Okay. So this is a good time to start working on some sort of goal, mission, some kind of meaningful objective that holds a lot of meaning to you. A lot of people, especially guys, when they go through heartbreak, they make a lot of progress on something, whether their own body or a business or whatever other goal they're trying to achieve, right? That pain just is extra energy, because emotion is just energy. So that pain is just extra energy that you can just devote to something. And then last but not least, I will say and I would definitely do the gym. I don't know if you work out, but when you work out,
Yes,
that somatic release is like a positive byproduct of getting in the gym. Okay, moving your body. It helps move that emotion around. Okay. Lastly, lean on your support system.
Okay.
So family, friends, anyone who you feel good around, lean on those people. You don't have to talk about this situation a lot with them, right? But it's just good energy. They can probably contain what you're going through, right? You do those three things, you'll put yourself on a solid foundation to get back to yourself sooner than later.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No problem, big dog. Come back if you have any more questions, all right?
All right, bet.
Got our guys coming up asking questions. Love to see that. It's been ladies' night for the past couple of nights, man. Breezy Bree in the building. What's up, Breezy?
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. It seemed like the question just dissipated from my mind.
It's fine. We could just talk. We could just chill out, Breezy. I missed you. What you been up to?
Wait, no, I really gotta remember this. Oh, okay.
You got it? What's the question, love?
Yeah, what are like cues that like a guy's like interested in you? Like, what are cues? Cause like, there's like constant eye contact means something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Really? Oh my god. Wait.
Yeah, obviously.
I don't want to be like delusional, because if I keep getting eye contact with somebody, it's like I don't want it to be like that. I think now that he might like me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can't say they like you yet, right? They're probably just physically attracted to you. But like they need to be exposed to your energy and your personality to determine if they like you or not. But they're probably attracted to you physically. Yeah, I mean, they could look at anything. Well, like they're looking at you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Out of all the things and people they can look at, they're looking at you, right? So obviously there's an intention there. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have capacity. They could be married, they could be in a relationship and still just find you to be attractive.
Okay. So
Right.
what is that? Is there a difference between like, how do you know if like they like you or like they're interested? Like, what are other cues as well?
I mean, one is that they will come up and talk to you, right? They will approach you, is a big one, and say, hey, you're cute, or you caught my eye, or tease you
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
guys did that nowadays.
They do. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta be open to it, though. Like, if you're just breaking eye contact and being focused on whatever mission you have, then yeah, you're probably going to subcommunicate that you're not open to advancement.
there's this person, like, I just thought he was, no, because I think he's handsome too.
Okay.
But it's just like, I got, like, eye contact with him a lot.
Okay.
And then last time when I got, like, it was like, okay, after 2 times is fine. But after the third is like, I broke eye contact really quick because I got, like, I guess I don't know, I got a little nervous.
You got
So I was
nervous?
like,
Got a little nervous? Yeah, I mean, you've already, have you seen like Hannah give her whole spiel on like the Hannah approach? I don't
no,
know
I
if
haven't seen
it might not work for you, Breezy, but what Hannah does, is the feminine way to approach, right? I know a lot of women are like, we shouldn't approach. I agree. You should create openings, right? So the feminine is inviting. You invite the approach, okay? You can do that through eye contact. You can do that through a smile, right? If you look at like movies from the 50s, women used to drop a handkerchief on purpose and the guy would go pick it up and return it to her. That was her intentionally creating an opening, right? What Hannah does is she'll start conversations, but she'll play like the damsel in distress. So she'll ask the guy to do a favor for her, which is really good because it already establishes polarity. It puts her in a feminine position, like she's receiving, and then the guy gets to solve a problem. So he's in the masculine, right? Best approach if you ask me. So, Hannah's short. So if she's at a grocery store or something like that, she'll ask the guy to get something off the top shelf. The idea being, so like, give you an example. From a guy's perspective, the scariest thing for a guy is to initiate the conversation. That's the scariest thing. Once he's in it with you, though, all those fears dissipate for the most part. Still some anxiety, but not as much as like, what do I say to her, right? So you basically grease the wheel for them when you do this. So her asking for help gives her plausible deniability, meaning she's on the surface just asking you for help. She hasn't hit on you or anything like that, right? She's just giving you an opening. It's up to you to take it. So if he does the favor for you, he now has he's perfectly positioned to take the conversation further if he so chooses. And if he doesn't, now you have clarity that he's not really interested. Because if he was, he likely would have took it.
okay. And also, all right, my second question is that, like, why in the beginning? I don't know what's going on. Like, in the beginning, like when you like somebody, it's just like you start feeling all these like I don't know what's going on. Like, cause like okay, I'm not gonna put information out there, but it's just kind of like if you're getting my first boyfriend, or like if it was someone that I liked, it's like hard to not like immediately start thinking about, oh my gosh, like husband, or like you start thinking like all the way like to the end for some reason. It's so hard to like take it slow, and then when you end up having a conversation, it seems like it turns them off because you're already like acting like they're yours already and they're not.
Right.
It's like, how do you stop those like butterfly tingly feelings, which I do not have? I'm just saying, like,
why are you asking if you don't have them?
No, I don't. It's just weird to get like eye contact with somebody.
Okay.
More than twice.
Yeah, just don't do that, right? Just don't do that. It's like, I know it's easier said than done not to do that. You just have to, believe it or not, I'm kind of like that. My brain will naturally drift to, because I'm future oriented, if I like somebody, my brain will naturally drift to a life with them. And I have to gently nudge it back to the present. Even me, the dating coach, it naturally does it, and I have to notice it when it happens, and I gotta be like, let's bring this back to the to the present moment. But it naturally wants to do that. So you just have to. It's just something you have to practice.
Okay, because I'm like, well, I was about to say, I was like, wait, am I like masculine then? Because you actually feel that way.
No, it's not a masculine thing. It's like, maybe there's some anxious attachment in there. Maybe it's also like just being a lover boy, lover girl, someone who like love, who's oriented to relationships. Meaning like you
Okay.
have no problem being in a relationship. You actually desire partnership, right? That's kind of how you're wired. You're romantic, as Bill said. You're probably going to do a little bit of that. Now, don't go overboard with it. Like if you're really like, some people are overboard with that shit, then it's a problem. The way I'm describing it is like, oh no, it's just a natural thing. You're just kind of seeing like if you fit what life could be like with that person, right? But yeah, you just practice not doing it.
But it's hard to like kind of like not be like kind of it's like kind of exciting because you think of like oh like a wedding or like the future or like your first everything like your first like oh my gosh like an actual first relationship. It's like you start thinking too much. It's like how
Right.
do you like doing too much like I guess you're not supposed to like them back, so it makes it easier.
No, you can like them back. It's just you just judge it. You bring your awareness back to the present. You just gently bring your awareness back to the present. You notice it when you're, because the longer you do it, the harder it will be. It will catch momentum, and you'll lose yourself in that, right? So it's like you just notice it when you do it. You gently nudge yourself back to the present moment. Maybe you even verbally remind yourself, like, "We'll see. It's not real yet. Let's pace this thing. All right, Breezy, let's pace yourselves, right?" Maybe verbally remind yourself of that. And then you know, focus on something else.
Can the other person pick up on that? Like, can they pick up on that? Like,
They probably won't know to the extent like that you're thinking of a life together. No.
no. Like, can they pick up on cues that like you probably like them back?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't really help that. It's gonna leak out. In your tonality and your eye contact, your pupils will dilate. You just can't control that. But like that's a good thing. Why is that a problem? Are you afraid of them knowing that you like them back?
No, because I just feel like once like guys they, once guys find out, it's like they don't. Like once they find out that it's like that's like a done deal.
No. I mean, it depends on the guy, but like, no.
I don't like anybody. I'm asking in general.
It sounds like you got your eye on somebody. To be
I
honest,
don't like.
it sounds like it.
I just wanted to mention that because it sounds like I really like somebody.
That's what you say. You got your eye on somebody. Probably somebody at the gym. How old are you, Breezy?
24.
24.
25 this year.
When do you turn 25?
This year.
You're not gonna tell me what month?
Oh, you didn't say a month.
Yeah, what
May.
month? May. Okay. All right. You haven't been in a relationship before?
No.
Okay. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You're good. All right. It's very surprising though.
I get that a lot.
It's very
They're
surprising.
like, oh, what? It's not easy. I don't know. I mean, people make it seem like it's easy.
It's not easy. No, it's not easy. What's your social life look like?
A social life, like social media?
Okay, so that answers my question. Even being confused by the question. Even you responding by saying social media is hilarious. No, like your social life, like in person.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be the first step. If you want a relationship, do you want a relationship?
Do I? I mean, yeah, because I'm getting up in those numbers. That like
You're still
I see
young.
that-
You're still young. You got time, but not too much. What's
Yeah,
that? What's that meme with like the rabbit from Wizard of Oz? What's that like? You holding the clock? Like you pointing to it? Like you do? You're on the clock now. You're on the clock, but you still have time. But like you have to like like I told everybody else, treat it like a social problem.
Yeah.
Make friends.
I find that the ones that I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like for relationships, is weird. It's like the people you want, they don't technically want you, and the ones that want you, you don't technically want. Because I just feel like I just don't like what I attract. If that makes sense. It's kind of. I don't know how to sound this without sounding.
Where are you attracting them? Like where are guys kind of like showcasing interest in you?
Where?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you mean. Like the area.
Like, are you on dating apps? Are you getting DMs on social media? Are you being approached in person?
Like in person, like I'm at the store sometimes.
Okay.
Or at Walmart.
Okay.
And I just I check like the kiosk guy, or someone like Lil Ray Ray, or you know there's nothing wrong with Lil Ray Ray, but it's just.
So why do you say that the ones who want you, what the ones that you want don't want you? Are you saying that they don't approach you?
The ones that I want?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'm noticing this trend. I think as part of it is with social media. A lot of the most desirable guys, they don't approach, not because they don't want you, but because they have so much inbound leads, so much inbound attention that there's no need to. Right? So I wouldn't take the lack of approach as like they don't want you. More so, it's because he's a really good looking guy, really desirable guy. He's probably getting DMs like crazy. If he's on a dating app, he's getting matches like crazy. If he's going out to social environments, he's probably getting approached, depending on how desirable he is. So he's kind of playing the feminine role, in a sense. In a way, he's the delicate flower that is being admired, right? I'm seeing that a lot. I've seen guys make content on it. There's other people on TikTok who talk about this type of topic, and a lot of guys are. I don't know if y'all seen that guy King68, who like, you know what I'm talking about?
No clue.
Okay, he's like this 6'8" black dude who's on Twitch, and women approach him all the time, and he just records it. You see Rosie and them in the comments saying, "So fine." This is the reason why you're not getting approached. You see all the women? That's why you're not being approached. Because King68 is just walking around, and then he gets that energy. So why would he approach anyone?
Yeah, well, that's what I believe. Like, beauty doesn't necessarily have to really try. People are attracted to it. Like,
right.
People go to beauty. Beauty
right.
doesn't go to them.
Right. 100%. 100%. So, like, I'm just making the point that you stated that because the guy isn't approaching you, that means that he doesn't want you. I'm just telling you that's not necessarily true. It could be because there's no need for him to do so. He probably assumes that you don't want him because you're not talking to him. Somebody's living a reality like King68. They're like, oh, she hasn't approached me, so she must not be interested. That's literally how they're thinking.
But they get so much attention every day. It doesn't necessarily, it doesn't do anything to them, really.
What do you mean?
Like, when you like, go up to the guy and they're like, oh, she don't want me, but because I just feel like for men, when they do look good, they have to be a little humble. They kind of get carried away because they think everybody wants them.
I mean, that might as well be true, right? You get to, if you're a guy and you reach like 8 out of 10 at least, even though I hate numbers, but like if you get to 8 out of 10 as a guy, you might as well say that's the truth. You have so many options, meaning like women who are interested in you. You might as well say you get everybody you want.
Yeah,
that's the reality that they live. So that's why I was saying, like, if a King68 reality is, oh, if you're not talking to me, then you're not interested, because I'm conditioned to women coming up to me and initiating with me.
That's true. I would say that it's not even just I would say just like the really 8 out of 10 guys. Sometimes it'd be like the kind of disheveled ones who don't really have much. That's the ones they want to go for. They will approach, or like they want 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, maybe, but it's like that's just the situation. If you get to a certain degree of desirability as a guy, it's like your experience is much like a good looking woman.
But I'm saying, like, how could you, like, I don't know, look a certain type of way as a guy, and that you wouldn't
get with a girl, like, you know, like you want someone, an average girl, you want to go for someone like 10 out of 10, but then you have the good looking guys, and if you, sometimes it's not like they get girls, like they get a good average girl. Like they're not as, they don't do the same way as the other guy would do. Like if that makes sense.
Are you saying that the guy who doesn't look as good is going for the 10 out of 10?
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's because he's not used to it. It's rare, and it being rare means it's valuable. To a guy who is very desirable, he's used to beautiful women. Therefore, beauty doesn't hold as much value. Like, he'll still deal with beautiful women, but like, if a woman who is not as beautiful, but she has a great personality, she has great energy, she's nurturing, right? She can attune, she makes him feel good, he may opt for her instead. He doesn't have anything to prove because he's already proved it.
No, sorry, someone said it very immature. I don't know what's immature. I'm very lost.
Yeah.
But okay. I appreciate the advice.
No problem, love. You take care, all right?
Okay, thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
I say this every time I talk to Breezy. Top 3 best voices I've heard while doing these lives. I've damn near fallen in love with her voice. All right, who we got next? We got a guy in the queue. Yo.
Can you hear me?
What's going on, Chief? Not like Rushi, but like, you know where my heart lies, Rushi. Hold on. I gotta make sure Rushi understands it's Anubis. Rushi. Hey.
Well,
Hey, you right here.
I wanted
Real estate. Hold on, brother. I'm talking to my future ex-wife right now, man. Give me a second. Rushi. Hey. Right here. Tatted. That means it's permanent. You can't take it off. You can't get tattoo removal off of an organ. It don't work like that. So when I got the tattoo of your name, like literally on the organ, it's because I'm serious about you, love. I don't play about you. Yeah, Breezy got a good voice. Yeah, okay. What? So what? All right. She ain't got what me and you got. Okay. I just want to make that. I want to make that be known. I stopped the whole show to let you know that, Rushi. That's how serious I am. Okay. All right. Anubis, what's going on, man?
Yeah, well, I dated a couple women. Like I usually don't have any problems, but like this time I really got stuck up on this girl that I really liked.
Okay.
But there's a point that you also get like tired of like people putting excuses and stuff. But I know at the beginning when I dated her, it was partly my fault because I was also talking with someone else at the time, but she didn't know that. But I knew she felt it. But I was like, she was like, because the girl I used to be going out with, she was like distancing me, so I didn't really feel like she was the person I wanted to be. So I met this new girl, and I started talking with her. So then she started liking me and all this stuff. But one thing led to another. The first girl I was going out with, she found out I was talking with other girls. So I felt a little guilty because I was talking with her and a couple other girls. I was like talking with 4 other girls. So we broke up with the one I was talking with at the beginning. So then the one I was talking, the new one I was talking with, she said, "How come you want to like finish it, break up, and all that?" And it's not something you could tell us. I said, I need some space because when I saw her, I knew she wasn't the main one, and I was using her like for emotional, like something I wasn't getting from the other person. So then later when I knew I felt better, like I was like mentally stable, because if I would have stayed with her with the instability emotionally, she would have it wouldn't have been right talking with her. So she got mad with me, and like we like separate ways for a while. She went her way, my way. Then she showed up again. We started talking, but one thing led to another. Since I tried talking, like getting back, like fixing the things, she always had that resentment. So I was like talking for a while. Then later came like she said, I know you haven't changed. I know how you've been. And says I have a feeling you talk with other girls. I said, but I stopped doing those things. So I said, even if I do it or don't do it, she still was on that because her mentality was like, I know you be the girls they be talking to you because you work at a gym and you have a gym and the girls always hee hee ha, they're laughing with you and you don't know how to control yourself. I said, apart from that, I have to administer the business. People always come up to me. You met me that I own a gym and I do so much stuff. It's not something new. It's like you met me since the beginning. I used to be like that. So then last time I said, all right, we've been talking for a while. We're gonna fix this. You want something or you don't want something? Because everybody that mutual friends and people around us, they was like, what is it with you and her? Is there something or not with you? And it says, why are you wasting time with her when you have so many other girls that trying to talk with you?
Oh,
and I said, like, I don't know, she has something I like. And I told her, this time it's going to be like the last time I said, we're going to try to work this out, or each one goes your way, I go my way. So last time I told her, she says, she started crying a little bit. But I felt with like that manipulative crying shit. So I said, fine, I have no problem. If you want to go your way, I'll go my way either. So then later, I had a feeling she would like, I don't know if she did it out of spite or she was already meeting someone, but I felt like she was already talking with someone. So we broke up, and a week later, she just for like I don't know what she was going through her head. There's like a spot that I always eat. Like she knows I always go there.
okay.
And just out of spite, she brings this new guy, and I finish eating and I get out of there. Then later that same day, she walks with him with the hands like grabbing and all that.
Okay.
I said, this is definitely not coincidence. 2 times in the day.
Right.
And I said, well, so after that, I let her go. I just stopped talking to her, but I don't. She's still, I deleted from everything except like not number because she's gonna say it's too excessive. But she still checks my status out. I don't really know what's going through her mind because before I used to like be persistent, but I got tired. Even
Okay.
though I do like her, but I just like kept her on the side, so I don't really know what I should like think of what she really wants because sometimes she confuses me like she wants it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
later she
Hold
likes
on.
the attention.
Hold on one second,
but she-
Anubis. Hold on a second. First of all, very impressive breath control. Very impressive. Secondly, what is the question here?
I want to know really what would be that's going through her mind, like, cause I would. Is she waiting for me to talk to her, or is she waiting for me to like stand aside? Cause before she used to be like she liked the attention that I go after her. Because the last time I went after her, I felt like she liked the attention, but one thing led to another. I didn't really feel that I got nowhere. Like she liked the attention, but it's not like we got to like to say we got boyfriend and girlfriends because like maybe she likes like we have relationships and it's not like really we're boyfriend or girlfriend. I said I'm gonna come over to your house or something like that. But when you talk about like something happening between us, she didn't really want to say like something's happening between us, even though we see each other. But in front of everybody, she was like pretending like nothing's really going on.
Gotcha.
So I
Okay.
really
So this is the same one who you saw at the restaurant with another guy,
Yeah.
and she obviously doesn't really want a relationship with you, right?
Yeah, she was like.
If she's parading
I
another
felt-
guy around you, it's like, yeah, that's not relationship worthy. So she was mad at you because she found out that you were dealing with other women.
She always knew that because there's women around me, and she always has that feeling. Because it's never that she ever found out I was with someone else, but she had like that gut feeling that she always felt that I was always talking with more ladies. Like he says, you can. I know how you are. I feel your vibe. You must be talking to someone else.
Yeah,
It's not that
she felt like you were like a fuckboy or player when she met you.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
it's
she always
like,
felt. She
yeah,
said,
because
"Oh,
you're like you work at a gym or you own a gym, something like that. I
Yeah.
can tell from your picture you got a good physique on you. So you probably were very smooth and stuff dealing with. I'm assuming you didn't talk to her the same way you're talking to me right now. Because if so,
Nah,
whoa.
like, it's more relaxed, more
Okay,
laugh,
I
more
figured.
jokes.
I
Yeah.
figured. So Is the question, should you pursue this seriously?
Um, not like if I'm trying to pursue, I'm like, where is this like her mentality? She got me confused, so I don't really know what she's thinking. Cause I always like being able to know everything. I don't like being like staying in a point that I don't know what's going on. Cause I always a
I get
person that
that. So you have to. I get that. I'm kind of the same way. I want to like know what's happening, right? I understand that, but that's distracting in this situation. To ground you, you got to ground yourself in what your goal is and what you want to happen, right? Do you want a relationship with this person?
like I told, well, I know part of me messed up because when she was in the beginning with me, she used to give everything, but I do want a relationship, but not the way she's behaving, because
Okay.
since we always talked, every time when we fight, she always says she comes with this. Remember, you left me, and I sort of I haven't got over that, and like I don't forgive you. I'm like, this happened like a while ago. It's not like yesterday. I'm like, you always gonna be on this, and like I feel like she's
Right.
never gonna forgive me
So
for
so
that.
here's the thing. It's not going to work between you and her. There's no need of you trying to figure out what she's doing, what's on her mind. It's just not going to work, right? I can get if you wanted to understand what's on her mind and what her intention was, if you thought that a relationship could work with her. That makes sense. But considering that it's not going to, partially because she's not going to forgive you, right? You just said it. She's still talking about something that happened a long time ago. She's not going to forgive that. She resents you for it actively, right? She's probably acting out a little bit, probably intending for you to see her with other people just to get back at you a little bit, right? So
But
ultimately,
so you think this is more like her coming back was like a sort of like trying to get vengeance?
possibly. So especially if she says she's not over the situation, right? So the best thing for you to do is to detach from the situation, stop pouring energy into it, and then just find someone who you are more in alignment with. Don't waste more energy and time trying to figure out this situation. It's ultimately a waste of time because you're not going to get anything from it.
Yeah,
Even if
cause
you
I
magically get an answer, as like you can perfectly read her mind and know exactly what she's thinking and what she has going on, it still doesn't magically make the relationship work, you know? So you're not gaining anything by thinking about this situation.
alright, okay, cause I was also trying to find closure, I say this got to a certain point, this is what I decided, and I could move on, cause it was partly my mind wasn't like I wasn't really had a point that I had to look at the situation to be able to say I closed it. This is what happened. This is how I decided, and I'm fine with it. So that's why mostly what's the question? Because I wanted to try to figure out if I, because I already left. I started talking to her, but I still didn't feel like I had the all the points connected to feel like everything aligned for me to say okay, I finished, and that's all.
Right. You don't need closure.
Mm-hmm.
Closure is knowing that the relationship isn't going to work. That's all
All
the
right.
closure you need, bro. Okay?
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I needed to like to ask this.
I got you. I'm glad you got it off, bro. You take care, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Great. How about yourself, Chief?
Ain't shit, chief. So, I don't know. My girl be liking to watch your little situation, so she told me to come up here and ask some little questions. So I'm gonna ask
All
some
right.
questions. You feel me?
Let's go.
All right. So, with my situation, right? Like, I love my girl. I'm gonna marry her and all that. But we be having hiccups on trust because I feel as though because of the way we got into the relationship. You feel me? Because we ain't come into it like you got a clean slate, she got a clean slate. We had baggage, and then we got rid of the baggage, and now we together. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, it'd be difficult for us to sometimes trust that time because of how we came abrupt. How do you work on that? How do we get past that? You feel what I'm saying?
So y'all essentially had other situations when y'all met each other?
Right.
Okay.
We dropped them though.
You dropped them?
But like,
So who was the pursuer?
me.
Okay. Okay. How long did it take you to get her?
Like a year.
So a year of like consistent effort.
No, it was like because we dropped off a little bit in between because like I don't know, we was both being kind of unhonest on what we had going on the side. So like we dropped off, then we came back real strong, but we let each other know like yeah, like this is probably why the initial we ain't like jumping off like this from that.
So both of y'all were dishonest about like having other people.
No, I wasn't, but she was.
So you were honest about you being in this situation.
Yeah.
And she was dishonest.
At first.
Okay. When you say at first, how long was at first?
Like 4 or 5 months.
Okay. It's not good, bro.
It's not good.
It's not good. There's really no way around it, to be honest. This is kind of like, you know when they say like when you become a side nigga to somebody, the one who really pays the price there, it's not the woman, it's the man. Because you see how she lies and manipulates the guy she's currently with, and you can't unsee that. And that's like your karma in a sense. It's like you probably would never be able to trust cleanly again because you've seen the dark side of the feminine that some women employ, right? So the messiness of this situation is...
But the crazy part, I'm better at like I got more trust on my sense than she does for her. You feel what I'm saying? Like
no, y'all are both untrustworthy in different ways, right?
Right.
So if you would have approached her and she was clear about the fact that she had a man, but maybe she wasn't happy in her relationship, right? Maybe you called her, I'm sure, but like maybe you called her and she wasn't happy and then she was already going to leave, but you got her. She would be trustworthy. You still wouldn't be because you pursued her while actively in a relationship. Even though you made it clear that you were in one, you still pursued her while being in one, right?
Right.
So that's what makes you untrustworthy because it's like, okay, does that mean that the moment you see something that you like, you're going to go off and get her as well, right? But she's also untrustworthy because she wasn't honest about being in a relationship. If she was honest about that and she got with you, if she was unhappy in a relationship, she was honest about it, and she still got with you, she would be in a more trustworthy position. But she lied for 4 months, right? She withheld that information for 4 months. You both.
There she goes. She in the comments.
Yeah,
she was just up here.
You
she
both.
Was just up here too.
You both aren't really trustworthy in this situation. Now maybe you both have grown from that, you know, but it's still hard now because y'all know too much. It's still hard now. You're always going to think, is she telling another nigga that she's single right now? And she's always going to think, or is he out there like trying to get somebody else, right? It's not impossible, but it requires like really intentionally trying to trust each other. And
like we both gotta like, if we gonna do it, we gonna do it. It's
yeah,
like,
you gotta
this
really.
Is like what I be trying to say to her, and she be like, I be like, cause like love is a gamble. So like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put all I can into this. So if it don't work out, then at the end of it, I can say I did everything. You know what I mean? I did everything in my capability to keep this shit the way it's supposed to go. You feel me? I can't go in it with the 1 foot in, 1 foot out because of my past endeavors. You feel me? Because then why am I still pursuing? Why am I like I'm going to marry this girl? So why?
Like, listen, like people call in, they ask me, they're like, yo, if one party cheats on the other one, can the relationship still work? It's like, yeah, oftentimes they can be closer than ever after that because they made it through a very challenging situation, right? You make it through very challenging situations with people, you bond. Like guys who go off and go to war, the guys they go to war with, when they come back, they brothers now, right? So you bond more closely with people who you suffer with, okay? Now, but what's needed though is full forgiveness. And some people don't have the capacity for that, you know? So that's what's going to be the real challenge here is like, do both of y'all have the capacity for it? Like, can you just forget how you met her? And can she forget how she met you? And can y'all intentionally try to trust? This is her right here? What's going on, love?
Hello. So first I just want to say, like, yes, I did in the beginning of our dealings, I wasn't 100% honest as far as like I'm in a relationship, but I was doing my own thing. However, he knows like how toxic and traumatic my relationship that I was in
Okay.
and the verge of exiting was. So it's not really that, but it is very hard for me to trust him. Like he plays like basketball and stuff like that, and I remember like when we used to deal with each other, like a lot of the times, like that was his out to come to me. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like it does make me feel, you know.
It's hard for her to unseat it.
So I'm talking to the guy here. Why did you want to leave your past relationship?
Cause when I was in my past relationship, I wasn't happy. Like I wasn't like, that was like something I just was doing for the time, I guess, because I just kind of came home. So
Okay.
like, that was something my cousin set me up with. So it was like a blind situation type shit. Like it wasn't nobody that I kind of like, you feel me? Somebody my cousin put me on.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
How long were you and Shorty together?
Not long, like 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. Okay. Why didn't you just leave?
I did once. Oh no! When I was first pursuing her,
Yeah.
because in my head, like I didn't know at first, but I even told her. I said I feel like you got something going on. That's why I can't just leave. You feel me? Like I said that before she told me that. I thought she had something going on.
So you're saying that you didn't leave your situation because the woman you're currently with.
In my head, I thought she still had.
But how does that
Right,
how
that's
does
what
that
I
stop
told
you
her.
from leaving
I
your
said,
relationship?
You need to leave your relationship because you don't want to be there no more. Not for just because if I don't have something or if I do, you don't want to be with her no
Yeah.
more.
So I'm trying to understand your thinking, big dog. So like, what made you stay in the relationship, even though you knew you were unhappy?
I guess it's probably like just like security for myself. Like I didn't
Okay.
want to feel like I'm getting played, like in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to jump out there and then she just got me on the wing looking crazy while you still got me. Cause you feel me? Like
Okay.
I ain't want to jump out there and look crazy. Like cause at first I don't know you that well, so I don't know if you just a person that you just like me for the day and you gassing my head up. And then a week or two go by, and then you mean, and then
Okay.
you flip script back on to whatever the fuck you had going on.
How old are you?
32.
32. Okay. What's the longest you've been single without talking to nobody?
That's a good question. Probably like 6 months.
Okay. Okay. And even in those 6 months, you probably were still like dealing with people, though, right?
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
favorable guy. Like I get my
That's
to the women before.
that's the core of your problem, because the way that you just described why you didn't leave the relationship, it was like you were basically saying, "Oh, I would have been alone if I left and she didn't leave her man. Why would I be alone?" Right? As if that was a big issue. If you're 32 and the longest you've been single is 6 months, you have a fear of being alone, obviously. You want to be with somebody. But that's a bad place to come from, because you never know if the person you're picking, if you're picking them because you really want them or you're picking them because you can't be alone.
No, I understand that.
Right.
I can understand that.
Right. So like that's where, your current lady was confused, is because, like if I was in your situation, right? I would have left just because I wasn't happy.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be thinking like, oh, if I leave, is she gonna be free? Like, no, I'm like, oh, I'm not happy here, so okay, I gotta leave this alone because I'm not happy here, right?
But honestly, like when I did take the initial jump though, she wasn't like still like, like she broke up with him, but like they still got ties because their relationship was a little deeper than what I had going on. That's her baby father.
Right.
So you feel me? So like they got kids, all that type of shit, all that intertwined shit.
Okay.
So like I did leave because I was unhappy. Like,
You left first. Yeah, that's true.
I left first.
Okay.
He left
I
his
left my
situation.
situation. So
Okay.
she could have still did what you saying. Like, you know how you saying like I'm scared of being alone. I could have still been alone.
Okay. That's fair.
That still happened.
That's
You
fair.
feel me?
Okay. I'm just telling you that, and I'm clicking on that because that's like probably your growth edge. Okay, is to be focusing on like what you want in the situation and not like, okay, how are other people going to respond? Okay, so just
Right.
moving forward, that's the best way to move. Now, beloved, why did you stay so long? Why didn't you just leave your relationship?
I guess for me it was more of like the comfortability. Like like he said, we got kids, so my kids get picked up from school. Like we had like a schedule and everything like that. So
Okay.
it was my comfortability. I knew that if once I left that relationship, I was losing that comfortability. A lot of stuff was going to be going on, and it did. A lot happened once me and my baby dad separated.
Okay.
A lot went on. So
Okay.
yeah.
How long were you?
I wasn't really ready to like turn my world into chaos, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. How did you two meet?
On Instagram.
Okay. He DM'd you.
Yeah.
I got you. And you didn't have any pictures of the baby daddy on your page?
Not on my Instagram. That
Okay.
was on Facebook.
Yeah, that's normally how it works, right? Facebook is the family. Instagram is like, I might be single. Okay. So you were in a complicated situation.
Yes.
Father your child or your children. It's not easy to leave that situation. That makes sense. So, Big Dog, what's your longest relationship?
I think like 5 years.
5 years. Have you ever been close to marrying anyone before?
Once.
Okay. Why didn't that work?
It was just a tragic thing. I don't really want to get into it.
That's fine. That's okay.
It wasn't like my fault or her fault that we ain't together. You know what I'm
Okay. I got you. Okay. I mean, I have a little bit more faith now that I have more details. But the only way I would have more faith is like if there was like something more serious. Like you said, you're going to marry her. Like if you're serious about that, that would give me more faith in the connection.
By the next maybe 2 to 3 months, yeah, she's gonna have a ring on her finger for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. That's like an act of goodwill because he's never done that before, right?
Yeah, I never took that step with no one.
It also makes sense to me, beloved, that like you withheld the information because you were unhappy in your relationship with the father of your children, and it was complicated and not easy to leave. So I get that. The biggest issue is going to be
trust.
Obviously, trust, and it's going to be you deciding to trust the other person, right?
Okay, because that's different from just trusting. I have to decide.
Yeah, you have to. It's not natural. Yeah, it's like forgiving somebody, right? So if you forgive someone, it's like an intentional decision. Like the default is going to be you don't forgive them, you resent them, right? So if you're going to forgive someone, you have to like make a decision to do so, and it's a decision you have to keep making, right? So because you may forgive them Monday, then Wednesday you get mad about what they did again, then you got to intentionally forgive them again, right?
Yeah, we go through that.
Right. So y'all gonna have to do that same thing when it comes to trust. So I would say forget the past situations, as hard as that may sound, and try to look at it just from this relationship perspective. Now, if you see the person doing things that harms trust, that will be a good reason to probably end the connection, right? So like you see her moving in a particular way, if you see him moving in a particular way, I think on both of y'all ends, y'all should be doing things y'all didn't do in previous relationships. This is an act of good faith. So for you, beloved, that's like maybe post him on IG, right? For you, Big Dog, is
I post them all on my Instagram, all on my TikTok.
Okay. So that's an act. That's an act of good faith.
Yeah.
That's her basically saying like I'll extend further than I've extended in the past, just to show you that I'm like different.
We open our phones up to each other. We take
Right.
all the little blocks that you would need. It's just like you said, we just gotta want to forgive. You can't
He
just
suggested that I'm sorry, Coach. I just wanted to say what he suggested today.
Okay.
Because we had like a little spat today.
Uh-huh.
And he suggested that we swap phones for a week, just to like show that he's like 100%. But of course, I declined that because I just rather just like you said, just choose to trust him.
Yeah, choose to trust each other because that kind of stuff doesn't really work because after the week passes, you may feel good for like a little bit, but then you'll still go back to like maybe day 8, she got a text message, right? You know what I mean? Like maybe the day after we exchange. You know what I mean? Like it'll never go away. That's why you have to just you got to intentionally trust, right?
No, I feel you. I feel you.
And the good thing is, here's the thing. Both of y'all know what it's like to cheat. So you gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like y'all are naive.
Cheated with
We
each
better
other.
people. We better people.
Yeah, we definitely,
Snap up in the comments. We better.
Yeah, y'all gotta
people.
relax in them comments.
Yeah, don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. This was an act of humility coming up here. Y'all are brave coming up here. All right.
Yeah,
So don't read it.
everybody
Don't read the
You know what I
comments.
mean? My girl called me. You know, I don't even do the TikTok shit. But go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like, so y'all know what it's like. Y'all know the game. Y'all know how people move. So you'll be able to tell if y'all the perfect. It's like spy versus spy in this bitch. Y'all the perfect like opponents. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can read if she's like a little off, and then she can do the same for you.
Right.
Right. So that should give you a lot of like confidence as well. Like he probably can't get over on you, and she probably can't get over on you. So it's like behave yourself.
Cooking us too is like I feel like I can get any girl I want, and she can get any nigga that she wanted.
Exactly.
She wanted anything outside of me, so that'd be another thing.
And y'all are choosing one another, and both of you seem like y'all. There were clear signs that y'all weren't happy when y'all were in your previous relationships as well.
For sure.
Right. There was clear signs.
Right.
So y'all aren't displaying those signs right now. So yeah, remind yourself of these things because that's going to help you trust each other more. Remind yourself, like literally write it down, like reasons to trust the other person, right? So it's like, okay, sure, just post me on Instagram. She wasn't doing it with the past nigga, so it's like obviously there's a better connection here. And he's talking about marrying you. He wasn't doing it with the other women, so obviously there's a different connection here, right? And then intentionally trust. Now, if things change in the future, if that cheating skill that y'all developed starts, you start getting a little signal going off. All right, then you may need to investigate a little bit. Maybe you need to rethink the connection. But so far, so good. Just make that decision to trust. Move forward. Okay?
Thank you so much. This was great. Thank you so much again.
No problem, love.
Guys, appreciate y'all.
All right. Y'all take care.
For sure.
All right. That was a first. Interesting conversation. Hope it works out for him, though. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I have a general question about when it comes to how do I say this? I guess what your thoughts would be on the general percentage of men who are self-centered. I'm just curious.
The percentage of men who are self-centered?
Yeah, especially in dating, specifically in relationships.
I mean, I have no idea, love. I know that culturally, both men and women are narcissistic here in the West. It's not a gender thing, it's both.
Okay, well, I understand that, but I guess maybe I'm just speaking from experience,
Right. Which that's like selection bias, right? Because you date men.
Right.
So it's going to be inflated because you date men, right? You don't date women. But women are, as someone who does, I can tell you that the narcissistic tendencies are on both sides.
Okay, I guess from your perspective, what would be red flags, traits to look out for in guys?
The biggest one is going to be trust, right? But the thing is, love, is I wish I could tell you a magical list of qualities to look out for. And there are some simple ones, like how they treat other people, what their general reputation is, what their relationship history is like, right? Those are simple ones. But ultimately, you're going to only be able to judge the quality of the person if you spend enough time around them.
Okay.
You gotta spend enough time around them, right? I tell women all the time, like, the greenest flag is consistency of behavior over time, right? But in order to see the consistency of behavior, you have to spend time with the person. There's no like magical questionnaire or a list of questions that you can ask somebody on a date to determine, like, is this a good person or a bad person? You have to, like, my wife Rushi just said, you have to develop your discernment, right? So you have to be able to, judge situations accurately. A big one is going to be past situations, right? Like what their past relationships look like. You know what I mean? Like some of the calls that I just talked on, you see some of the questions that I ask people. These will probably be sometimes questions to, kind of very smoothly integrate on dates. Like, how long have you been single? Someone's in their 30s and the longest they've been single is like 2 months, and their longest relationship is 3 years. Okay, that tells you that they hop from relationship to relationship, right? Red flag. Little stuff like that. That's a discernment thing. That's a what does this suggest about this person?
Okay, thank you. I have like a follow-up question.
Okay.
This is more like, I guess, personal. I guess in general, my experience is that, and I don't want to generalize, but a lot of men, this is gonna sound bad, but they like to extract from women, just like from observation, and I don't really see, I guess, mutuality between like pouring into each other. So my question would be, I guess, how to like, I'm kind of asking if there's like a magic way to figure out like the discernment thing. How do you build on that? Because it gets tiring when you like keep making the same mistake and you don't know where you're going wrong.
When you say extract, what do you mean?
Extract in terms of, it's like it's always focused on you. Like you never pour into your partner. You never support like their interests or like what they're working on.
So they're looking for you to support them, but they're not trying to support you?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Where are you meeting the men that you date?
That's a great question. Well, I'm in college, so that might be a part of it as well.
That's definitely a part of it. You're young. So that's definitely a part of it. Yeah, again, there's no magical questions, love. It's when you see those signs, leave. That's a big one, right? Like a lot of men and women will notice these signs and then continue engaging.
Right.
So leave. So when you leave, you free yourself up to find the other person, right? Every person you say yes to, you're saying no to somebody else. If you continue dealing with somebody who is already displaying signs of being self-centered and not really valuing you and not reciprocating energy, then what are we sticking around for? You're wasting time at that point. They're not going to change. Maybe they will, but at least at the moment, they haven't showcased any evidence that they are going to change. There's people who, the hardest part of like dating is there's this thing that came from like, I think Aristotle came up with it. It was the golden mean, right? And he was basically saying that good traits are basically the middle path between two extremes. For example, courage exists between the poles of cowardice and just, I forget what the word, but a lack of concern for one's well-being, right? Recklessness. So cowardly on this end and then reckless on this end. The middle of those two things is courage, right? And I find that a lot of people, a lot of their dating problems comes from them being extreme, right? So you have people who stay too long and you have people who eliminate people immediately, when really you want to find that balance between you give grace when it's time to give grace, but then you have the discernment and wisdom to know, like, okay, it's time to cut ties, right? So you don't want to be at either extreme. You don't want to be the person who stays too long, and you don't want to be the person who eliminates people immediately, right? Sounds like you're staying too long in a bad experience. So you have to correct that by leaving sooner, but you don't want to overcorrect it so that you go to the other end of the spectrum. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. The comments are kind of eating me up, so
Don't read the comments. Don't read the comments.
I think I'm gonna tap out now. But thank you so much.
No problem, love. You take care.
You too.
All right. All right, people. That was the last call. Feel free to, when people come in here and they're young, y'all got to chill out in the comments. If Shorty 40, let her have it. But when they're young like that, man, when they're in college, they 19 or something like that, like, remember yourself at 19, okay? We've all been in goofy situations. That's shit to be blowing me. I'll see people who I know they'll call in and they're in a goofy situation, and then the moment the call ends, you look at the chat and then they start saying the wildest shit. I'm like, did you forget what you called about? I had to check someone the other day for that shit. I won't name his name, but he hasn't been here. If you notice, he hasn't really been in the chat. I had to check him because I'm like, you're in a goofy situation right now, and you've been in the chat going crazy. So let me hold this mirror up. Let's talk about your situation real quick. I didn't read what y'all said, so I don't know. I'm taking her word for it. But even if y'all didn't go crazy with that situation, there's been times in the past where the chat goes wild. So I'm not singling anybody out. I wasn't even reading what y'all were saying. But just in general, he'd be the last one. See, know what I'm talking about. He'd be the last.